Cayenne pepper is a remarkable herb. Cayenne pepper comes from the capsicum family. Cayenne pepper moves blood. It's one of the best circulatory stimulants there is. Cayenne pepper is a wonderful healer, and you can put cayenne pepper with any other herb and it'll intensify its action.
Have you ever heard that cayenne pepper can stop a heart attack in its tracks? Dr. Barbara O'Neill calls cayenne one of nature's most powerful healers, capable of transforming your health in ways you wouldn't believe. From improving circulation to relieving pain, cayenne pepper is more than just a spice. It's a life-changing remedy. In this video, we'll dive into 10 unbelievable benefits of cayenne pepper that could dramatically boost your well-being. But first, how much cayenne pepper should we take daily?
By the way, how would you take it? Well, a medicinal dose may be 1/4 teaspoon in a little bit of water and throw it down. Won't it burn? Well, I prefer to call it tingle. It might feel like it's burning, but it will never burn. I have a book at home by Jethro Kloss called Back to Eden. He devotes half a page to every herb except for cayenne pepper. 10 pages he devotes to cayenne pepper. It's a remarkable herb.
According to Dr. Barbara O'Neill, a medicinal dose of cayenne pepper is about 1/4 teaspoon mixed in a little water, which can be taken internally. Now come towards the benefits. Gut healer.
Internally, it'll heal a stomach ulcer. If there's a bleeding ulcer and you take cayenne pepper, won't it hurt? It'll give a little bit of a tingle, but it will never hurt, meaning it will never cause an ulcer. In the book Jethro Kloss, there's a doctor that says it's impossible to cause a lesion with cayenne pepper. Another doctor said you cannot abuse cayenne pepper. It's impossible to abuse it. It's actually a very safe herb. It will never harm. It might feel like it sometimes, but it will never harm.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill explains that cayenne pepper can be used to heal stomach ulcers, which may sound surprising to many. It's rooted in natural science. Unlike chili or black pepper, which can irritate the stomach, cayenne comes from the capsicum family and has healing properties. Helps by constricting open blood vessels in the stomach lining, which allows the ulcer to heal faster. This is because cayenne pepper stimulates blood flow, which is vital for healing. Research shows that capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne pepper, not only promotes blood flow but also reduces stomach acid, which can further protect the stomach lining. Blood booster.
Cayenne pepper moves blood. It's one of the best circulatory stimulants there is. It's not a nervous system stimulant like your caffeines or your tobacco. It's a blood stimulant. And when you consider that the life of the flesh is in the blood, cayenne pepper is a wonderful healer, and you can put cayenne pepper with any other herb and it'll intensify its action.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill explains that cayenne pepper is one of the best natural circulatory stimulants, especially important for older adults who may face issues like poor blood flow or cold extremities. Unlike caffeine or other stimulants, cayenne pepper works by directly stimulating the blood and improving circulation throughout the body. This can be especially helpful for seniors who experience cold hands and feet, poor circulation, or even blood pressure concerns. Scientific studies have shown that capsaicin helps to dilate blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely and reducing strain on the heart. Regular use of cayenne can help improve oxygen supply to tissues, which is vital for overall health. Dr. Barbara shares a story about a man who suffered from poor circulation in his feet. After using a cayenne pepper compress, he began to feel warmth and sensation return to his feet.
I had one man who'd lost all feeling in his feet, and on the second night, he got pins and needles in his feet. What's pins and needles? That's the first sign that life's coming back in the feet. You see, it's very, very gentle.
Instant Wound Warrior.
If you have a cut, you pour cayenne pepper into it and it'll stop the bleeding.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill highlights an amazing benefit of cayenne pepper, its ability to stop bleeding quickly. This can be especially helpful for older adults who may experience slower healing or thinner skin. When applied directly to a wound, cayenne pepper constricts blood vessels, which helps to stop the bleeding almost immediately. This makes it a powerful and natural remedy for minor cuts or injuries. Research has shown that cayenne's active compound, capsaicin, helps the blood clot faster by stimulating platelet activity. Dr. Barbara shares an example of a doctor who had cuts on her feet. She applied cayenne pepper to the wounds, and the next day, the swelling had gone down, and the cuts had begun to heal faster. Another example she gives is of her own son, who was accidentally cut with a machete. Instead of rushing to get stitches, he applied cayenne pepper, and the bleeding stopped quickly.
Now, we had a Fijian doctor come over and work with me for a couple of weeks, crash in the kitchen. Found out later the blender had dropped and she had bare feet as Fijians do. And you know how thick blenders are? 3 bits of glass had gone on the top of her foot and she had 3 1 centimetre long cuts on the top of her feet. And the staff were saying, Barbara, quick. So I went outside and I looked at her foot and I could see little globules of fat. How deep is that? That's very deep. I said, don't worry about it, we'll fix it. So I went and got the cayenne pepper and I sprinkled cayenne pepper in it. Well, I saw her the next day and she said, I can't believe this. She said, I would have stitched that. She said, if I'd been near a hospital, she said, I would have stitched that. But she said, this has drawn it together. She said, all the swelling's gone down. She said, it's unbelievable.
Heart attack hero.
You can also use it internally if someone has a heart attack.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill shares an incredible use of cayenne pepper for heart attacks, something especially relevant for older adults. Cayenne pepper has the ability to stimulate blood flow, which can be crucial in the event of a heart attack. When taken during a heart attack, cayenne pepper can dilate blood vessels, allowing for better blood circulation and reducing the strain on the heart. Dr. Barbara gives an example of a woman who had a heart attack during one of her cooking classes in Melbourne. She quickly gave her half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in water, and within 2 minutes, the woman's pulse stabilized, her color improved, and she was able to sit up and speak.
I'd read about this, but I experienced it once, and it was when we had our health retreat in Melbourne. I got a call from one of the staff. A lady's had a heart attack in the middle of a cooking class. So I ran down. I was there in 3 minutes. The lady's lying on the ground. Her face is white. There's a guy holding a pulse. He said, the pulse is gone. Almost. I said, quick, cayenne pepper. I got a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, quickly put it in her mouth. She was half conscious. We're able to give her a little bit of water to drink. Within 2 minutes, the guy holding the pulse said the pulse is strong. All the colour came back into her cheeks and she sat up and said, what happened? Just amazing.
Blood thinner.
This is the best blood thinner. No need to warfarin, no need for aspirin. And by the way, it has been shown today that aspirin causes brain bleeds. This is very, very safe with no side effects. Now, if someone is on warfarin or aspirin and they're a little concerned, I would suggest start taking 1/4 teaspoon 3 times a day. And most people, if they're on warfarin, they have to be tested, every few weeks or every month. And the doctor will say, your blood's getting so thin, we can reduce your medication, because he will see it if you're taking cayenne pepper. Very safe.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill explains that cayenne pepper can act as a natural blood thinner, making it a great alternative to medications like aspirin, which are often prescribed for older adults to prevent blood clots. While aspirin can lead to serious side effects like brain bleeds or stomach issues, cayenne pepper works naturally to improve circulation without these risks. This is particularly important for older adults who may be at risk for cardiovascular issues like high blood pressure or stroke. Cold feet cure.
You can also use cayenne pepper to wake up areas of the body that may be sleeping. Now, we have had a few people come to our program who've got peripheral neuropathy. That means they've lost the feeling in their feet. You must never allow your feet to get cold, because perfect health requires perfect circulation, and perfect circulation means that your feet are the same as the rest of your body, the same temperature.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill explains that cayenne pepper is a natural remedy for cold feet and poor circulation, issues that are common in older adults. Poor circulation can lead to discomfort, numbness, or even a loss of sensation in the extremities, especially the feet. Cayenne pepper works by stimulating blood flow, warming up the body from the inside out, and improving circulation to areas that may be struggling with blood flow. Dr. Barbara recommends a cayenne pepper compress for those suffering from cold feet. Simply mix a little oil with cayenne, apply it to a piece of kitchen paper, and wrap it around the feet with plastic wrap and socks before bed. By morning, many people report a significant improvement.
Now, what I usually do, now you see what I've done here, I've got a piece of Glad wrap and I've got kitchen paper that's been folded over. I'm going to put a light sprinkle of oil on that, and then I'm going to sprinkle about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper on that. And what the person does, they put their foot straight on the cayenne pepper, wrap the Glad wrap round, put it in a sock and keep it on all night. And by morning, their feet are warm and their feet stay warm.
Dr. Barbara shares the story of a man man with no feeling in his feet who, after 2 nights of using the Cayenne compress, felt pins and needles, a sign that circulation was returning to his feet.
I had one man who'd lost all feeling in his feet, and on the second night, he got pins and needles in his feet. What's pins and needles? That's the first sign that life's coming back in the feet. You see, it's very, very gentle.
Thyroid turbocharged.
You can also wake up a thyroid gland. Underactive thyroid gland, you can put a cayenne pepper poultice on that, or compress. And what you would do is you would just do one about this size because your thyroid gland is about there. And then you would put it on for a few hours.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill explains that cayenne pepper can help stimulate an underactive thyroid gland, a common issue for many older adults. The thyroid is responsible for regulating metabolism, energy levels, and various bodily functions. When the thyroid becomes sluggish, people often experience fatigue, weight gain, and cold intolerance. Cayenne pepper can naturally wake up the thyroid by increasing blood flow to the gland when applied externally as a compress on the throat. This increase in circulation helps rejuvenate the thyroid, promoting better function without the need for additional medication. Dr. Barbara shares the example of a woman with hypothyroidism who used a cayenne compress regularly. Over time, the woman noticed such an improvement in her thyroid function that she was able to reduce her thyroid medication under medical supervision.
Now, we had a lady who was so excited about this because she had an underactive thyroid. She was on medication. Today, she is on no medication. It took a bit of work, but eventually she got off her medication, and that's quite a surprise to most people because most people think if they're on the thyroid medication, they're on it for the rest of their life. Her doctor took her off because all her levels became normal because of everything else she was doing. So she put it on and went to bed, and she didn't sleep all night because that woke her thyroid gland up so much she became active all night. So, message from this is don't put it on before you go to bed. So after that, we started putting it on just in the morning.
Natural painkiller.
Cayenne pepper is a wonderful healer, and you can put cayenne pepper with any other herb and it'll intensify its action.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill explains that cayenne pepper can be an effective natural pain reliever, particularly helpful for older adults who may suffer from chronic pain or arthritis. In the words of Dr. Barbara O'Neill, cayenne pepper is nature's gift to health, healing from the inside out. From improving circulation to relieving pain and even supporting heart health, cayenne is a powerful tool for anyone looking to boost their well-being naturally. Whether you're using it to stimulate your thyroid or heal a wound, this simple herb can have life-changing effects. If you found this discussion helpful, make sure to subscribe for more natural health tips and remedies. Stay healthy and empowered.